Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I welcome myself back to the channel. So I've been gone for a little while now in a kind of exile, forced exile, which we like to call hermit mode. It has been a very, very intense, very soul-searching ride. It's not over yet, but I needed to come back on here. There's something that I just needed to face. I'm hearing I had to show my face. They're reminding me about that video that I did a long time ago when I first showed my face, when I was, I had been in the beginning of the channel just reading cards, and the camera was on the cards for all of the readings. And there's a video, I call it my coming out video, where I showed my face for the first time. I just talked about why I hadn't done so before that and how scared I was to be seen. I'm probably gonna cry. So I was sitting here just trying to get back into the flow of things again and really wanting to connect back in with the channel, wanting to connect back in with you guys, wanting to share myself, wanting to share some of the things that I've been going through, but I just don't even know where to start. It's been 2 months now and I just don't even know where to start. So I just sat here and I was trying to get some kind of flow. I was pulling some cards and I just sat here and I was just looking at myself, like what I see on my screen right now is just me. It's just my face. So I was just sitting here looking at my eyes. I was just looking at myself, just allowing myself to see myself. And I was looking in there and my inner child, my little girl, comes out, and just seeing her and asking her, what's going on? Why can't we start? Why can't we hit record? Why can't we get a flow? What's up? And she told me that she's scared. She's scared to be seen. She's scared to be seen again. She's scared to be seen. And I get that. And I respect that in her. And we sat and we just held each other for a little bit and called in Archangel Michael. I said, we have helpers. Call in Archangel Michael and Mary Magdalene, Jesus, the Christed ones that are always around us. They're the ones that are supporting us and holding us. And they wouldn't have brought us here if we weren't supposed to be here. I wouldn't be sitting here. I haven't been guided to sit in front of the camera like this in 2 months. So we wouldn't be here if there weren't a reason. And if we are meant to be here, we're held in this space. We're totally safe. We're safe from all of those fears that are swirling around in your brain, that are tricking you, lying to you, and telling you not to take this opportunity. Don't take this opportunity. It's going to crash and burn. It's not going to be what they need. It's not going to be what they want. It's not going to be enough. You're not going to be enough. You've been gone for so long. There's all this anxiety and there's all of these thoughts and all of this just programming in her brain that says that she's not good enough. And what I was hearing before I came on here was to just come on here and just show my face. I don't need to do a reading. I don't need to do anything. I just need to be. I don't need to do anything. I just need to be everything. And just sit here, show my face. Because whether I like it or not, my face brings comfort. Just my presence brings comfort to a lot of you. I just love that. I'm so honored about that. And so I'm just supposed to sit here, present myself, and say, I am present. I am here, and I'm with you, and I see you. Because I am you. I'm going through the same things that you are. And I'm working really hard to transmute them, to sit with them, to love them, to not ignore them, to feel the depth of the waves of pain that keep coming back up over and over again, and I transmute it, and another layer of it comes up, and I sit in it, and I love it, and I love myself, and Just went through a big one the last couple of days with some narcissistic programming that was meant to come up for a reason. A lot of people have been going through it. It's been causing a lot of anxiety and a lot of self-worth issues, and it's been brought back into our realm in order to shift the pattern, to shift our reactions, to not allow the abuse anymore, but our way of standing up against the abuse in the past was with force and with submission, and in a way both of those allows the abuse. The submission allows the abuse. It allows out of fear of repercussions, or just fear of an argument, or fear of backlash or gaslighting or whatever it is, just go into our shell and just take it and just not cause an argument. Or the fear causes us to lash out and to become that narcissistic energy and to project it out in order to try to protect ourselves from it, to regain some kind of control. So the layers of that have been coming up because the world itself has been under one big narcissistic abusive relationship in the last year, especially. Being controlled by fear. Being controlled by fear and manipulated to believe certain things about ourselves, or certain things about our freedoms, or certain things about how we should live our lives, who we are, the things that we're feeling, the truth that we're feeling. It's all lies. The truth that we're feeling is not legitimate, and we're meant to feel crazy. And those of us who sense and feel the truth underneath of the illusions that are happening out there right now are gaslighted and meant to seem crazy and conspiracy theorists and irresponsible and blah, 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 blah. It's like one big narcissistic relationship out there in the world right now. And those of us that are feeling the weight of that are ready to fight for our freedom. I'm ready to be fucking free. And so a big representation of that, a situation came into my life, or back into my life again, to represent the energy of that. And the reason that I can be affected by those programs out in the world is because I have the vibration of that active in my field from trauma in my life, from when that occurred, that I never fully freed myself from. And I just was in survival mode at that point and just moved past it and shoved it way down. It's being brought back up right now in order for me and us to transmute it with love, to transmute it with a different perspective, looking at those abusers with love and understanding and awareness, consciousness that they are acting out of fear. They are acting out of the need for control, to regain some kind of control in their lives when things feel unsure and out of control. And it's no excuse at all. It's just an understanding. We get it because we've been there too. Because of those things, we have acted in those same ways in order to try to regain some kind of control in our lives. I didn't know that it was going to go this way, but it was a big one. I had a major PTSD purge, where I was in this PTSD response mechanism where I could not stop crying for hours and hours and hours and hours. I was so traumatized by the revival of this energy in my life, of this abuse back here in my face again in my life, that I thought I had escaped. And I had to face it. I had to face it, and I had to purge it, and I had to look at it from a different perspective, and I had to react in a different way. And it's still happening. It's not done yet. This is a big one. There's a process of the purge, but recognizing it and sitting in that pain and allowing myself to really feel the pain that I experienced back then and witness it. And I even had my mother there, and I didn't know why I needed her there at the time, but it was to be a witness to the pain, for me to come out and say, I just need to be held in this. I just need to be witnessed. And she's, part of this is the connection and the kind of, not dark mother, but essentially dark mother, distorted mother energy that is uncomfortable with emotion, is uncomfortable with like heavy, really intense emotions and doesn't know what to do. I never talked to her about things because she was always so uncomfortable in emotional situations, never knew what to do. She always, she was always in very masculine energy trying to take charge, and she was in survival mode herself and she just wants to do something for us. Her kids are hurting and I want to do something about it to try to take that away. And the healing is not in taking it away or fixing anyone else. It's in resonating with them. And the reason that she was there, the reason that she was meant to witness this breakdown that I had, is because that was her situation too. She had the same abuse. She resonated with it. She said, I don't know what to do for you. I'm so worried about you. I don't know what to do for you. I just told her, you're doing it right now by just sitting here with me. Just sit here with me and don't try to fix me. Don't try to fix me. Just listen and just witness. Just witness it. And I pointed out all of the things that were the manipulation that I had been experiencing. She went and sat down with me, and the details of it. She went and sat down with me and my ex-husband and his wife, and had this just argument about some things that are going on, and she got to witness, the way that things got twisted, the way that things really got twisted around, and the way that it would put me on the spot and gaslight me and blah, 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 blah. And then when we got back, I was explaining to her and showing her, the text messages that they sent me, and I said, this is what they said in the first place. Does this look like what they were saying over there? She's like, no, not at all. I'm like, this is the way that this gaslighting, the way this abuse works. It's in such teeny, tiny, really manipulative, twisty kind of ways where they twist the truth, and there is this they shift it into the control that they need, and it makes me feel like I'm crazy. I'm like, no, that's not what you said, though. And they're like, yeah, well, no, this is what I said. I'm like, it's so confusing and it gets me so flustered, and I know the energy that I feel coming from them, but I can't explain that. Anyway, I showed her all of the little tiny ways, all of like, what about this, and what about this, and what about this? And here we are, like, she was talking about how she witnessed the situation and what she took from it, and what she took from it was that I'm very stressed out, and that I'm having a hard time, and that I am, like, having these issues or whatever. I'm like, see, that's what you pulled from the situation. I was meant to look crazy. I was meant to look like I was the one having the breakdown. And essentially that's what was supposed to happen in order for her to witness it that way, and I needed for that to happen. But it's because they took the whole situation and twisted it and made it about me having a breakdown and me going crazy and me like losing my shit. Like, it's all about, like, get your shit together. Come on. It's so manipulative, and it's just one of the most effective programs that are out there in order to control empaths. And it's been going on for eons. So she was meant to witness that. She was meant to see. When she did, and when I showed her those things, and when she stopped trying to make suggestions about how I could approach the situation differently, or how I could speak to them differently, or maybe we could find this kind of compromise, very masculine energy, very kind of like, do this and fix this, and, maybe we can try this, and blah, 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 blah. She was like, what can I do for you? So just sit here. Just so you're doing it right now. Just like, I've never known what to do for you. And I said, I just can't. I've never been able to talk to you. I've never been able to talk to you and really confide in you because this situation and me just being me and just expressing makes you uncomfortable. And you don't let yourself feel. You don't just let yourself feel me. And I know it's painful for you to see me in pain. I know it's painful. And this is for some of you guys watching right now. I know it's painful for you to see me in pain. It hurts you. And part of the reason that I haven't been around for the last couple months is because of that. Because there's deep, deep, deep pain happening on a daily basis. And I couldn't hide from it. And I had something in me that was wanting to protect you guys too, and only wanting to show up for you in a way that was shows you that, hey, look, I got over it, and I'm here, and I'm strong, and I'm here for you, and I can be strong for you, and like everything's better, so let's move on, right? And that's what I wanted more than anything. I just want it to go away. I just want the pain to go away. But I would get into these just cycles of kind of blocking it out in order to focus on other things. I'm distracting myself and focusing on other things, and not that those other things don't need focus. They do. They definitely do. I've been doing a lot of Reiki classes, and I've been focusing a lot on my work and in kind of other areas while I'm doing the healing at the same time. But I've blocked out a lot of the pain. I've literally blocked people from my life because I just could not take it anymore. I couldn't take it anymore. I could not take the pain. I was in so deep. And so I had to kind of block it out for a little bit and focus in another area. It's coming back though. The energy of that is coming back because blocking it out is not what's going to remove it. Blocking it out is not what's going to, and not remove it, I don't mean remove it, but integrate it. Integrate it and apply it into this next phase. So it's coming back around now, and it was ignited by this narcissistic program that came in yesterday, and it was just snowballed from there. So I know it's hard for you guys to see me in pain, but I have to tell you that I am part of you, I'm part of the collective, and so I've been helping to transmute these things for you guys too, but because it's all been so intense, I've been doing it behind the scenes, and I've had to work even harder. I've needed all of my strength, I've needed all of my focus to be on me transmuting it through my own personal situation in order to help transmute it for the collective too. I haven't been able to do it out in the public. But I'm doing it. I'm working on it. I'm doing my best. So many of you have checked in on me, and the longer it goes without you seeing me, the more you guys worry about me, and I just love you so much. I feel all of that coming from you. And I'm okay as far as I'm able to be okay. And there are some days where I'm really, really not okay. And that's okay. And the next day, I try again, and I forgive myself for whatever I need to forgive myself for. And I really am just taking it day by day by day. And it's being revealed to me in little ways. And each day that I just face it, and I face it head on, and I don't hide from it, and I don't block it anymore, or I go with the momentum of what my guidance is showing me and then come back to it. The more I'm opening up my heart to an awareness to where my heart has been closed down, the stronger I get every day. And there are some days where I feel very, very weak. And it's in those days that I know that I'm getting stronger. Because I'm being real with myself and I'm being authentic. And authenticity is everything. That's where healing is. That's where the resonance is. That's where you are. That's what all of this journey is all about, is you becoming you. You becoming the real you. And coming into your authentic self. There's so many guides and so many angels that are around helping you to do that. And sometimes it requires a deep dive. Sometimes it requires deep heartbreak to witness yourself, to be able to feel how deeply you're able to love. If my heart hadn't been broken wide open, I never would have realized how deeply I love and how deeply I love this person. And there's pain connected to that. There's pain connected to it. So if I block that out, if I block out the pain, I also block out the love. That's what I'm facing right now. That's what I'm in the middle of right now. I'm just trying to kind of open my heart back up again. Open my heart back up to the love, even though there's pain connected to it. I'm just letting it come in. I've realized how much part of the situation with my ex-husband was that he's very shut down, very emotionally unavailable. Just got a message in from, it's so funny how spirit works, from my person, was that he was very closed down and emotionally unavailable. Really, he shoves emotions way down. I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday too, like, how is it that I could be in a relationship? Like, why is it that they led me to as emotional as I am and as deep and profound as I am and prefer to be? How is it that I got into a relationship, marriage, and had kids with somebody that was that cold and shut down? And obviously there's a purpose for it. I mean, everyone, especially a relationship that significant. And I realized that he shuts down and doesn't allow himself to show and express his emotions. I am the opposite of that. I know how to show and express my emotions. So what's the mirror of that for me? Is it the opposite? That I am that aggressively shut down to accepting love into my heart, into my life? And I thought back into all the relationships that I had, and it's the pattern, really. That's the pattern, that I have people who really care about me, and I find some reason, some way to sabotage it. I'm listening to the song that's on in the other room. Tell me right now, baby. It's a beautiful night. We're looking for something dumb to do. Hey, baby, I think I want to marry you. And it's okay. So they're playing that one for a purpose, because I have a real aversion to marriage now too, and I don't know that there's any real purpose in getting married now. I've always had this especially after my divorce. It's just like, I want a divine marriage, and a divine marriage does not require that you get married legally in person. And I want the energy of a marriage. I don't know that I ever really want to get married again. People have said that that's just fear on my side, and maybe it is, and I've been looking at that. But there's a reason they're bringing that up too. I don't know what all of this is about, except to just put out there the things that I've been thinking and just the things that I've been going through, and that really being shut down in my heart and not allowing love in. It's just so evident. It's so evident. I was talking to somebody again the other day that I was talking about how my videos, I've got probably over 100 videos on the channel, and I can count on one hand the amount of negative comments that I've ever gotten on some of my videos, which means that, and I've gotten hundreds and hundreds of comments on all of those videos. So that means that there are hundreds and hundreds of positive, supportive, loving, resonant comments. Loving, just pure love vibration coming from people who resonate with the message that's there. And I am more affected by those 5 comments than I am by all the other hundreds of really beautiful, loving energy coming at me. And that's in me. That is on me. That is just evidence of the armor that I've had around my heart. Not letting pure love in, not letting intimacy in, being uncomfortable with intimacy. And as I say that, I see my mother's face again, because it's her program. It's her protective mechanism to not be hurt again the way that she was. In survival mode, she had to survive her mother was the same way. Her mother, this hair is really getting on my nerves right here. Her mother never expressed herself, was uncomfortable with emotion, never said, I love you. And that's where it all comes from. It's all down the ancestral line, and just seeing it as a really beautiful way to start to attack it, to start to love it. I just need to send love to that little girl, to that understanding, to that level of consciousness, to that fear. I just have to send love to that fear. That says intimacy is uncomfortable, that it's intense, that it is God. I'm afraid of God. The song that's on out there says, this ain't love, it's clear to see. But darling, stay with me. They had to accept, they had to accept so many and settle for situations that weren't love. You know, back then you just got married just to get married, not necessarily because of, a deep loving connection. And so they had to survive in those. And then, you grow and you develop a certain type of love for these partners that you have in your life, and they're showing me that's, that was the situation with her and with her mother and blah, blah, blah. And so nobody ever really knew what actual love was. What does that feel like? Where's the resonance with that deep love? When it comes in, sometimes it comes in distorted ways. Love comes from being your authentic self, being able to be in your authentic self. So when that love comes from here, when you allow yourself to be fully yourself, you are accessing the love that is in there, that's in you. It is you. So all that time that we have spent not being our authentic selves, it's just reflecting the blockage that we have to love, which is us. We are love. I am love. I am love. And so if I have a block to love, it's because I'm not being myself, because I am not authentic to who I am. I have not been given the opportunities because of the world, because of religious programming, because of layered over belief systems, to just be me, to just be free, to be me. And over time, I've started to take back little bits and little bits and little bits of that power so that I can just be fully me. And now I am recognizing the part of me that I have been most separated from. And it's starting to come out. It's starting to come out, and it's starting to come out because I'm allowing myself to open up and experience the pain that's there. I've shut down around this pain in my heart, and I'm starting to open up and to accept the fact that there is pain here, and when love presents itself to me, it digs down deeper into my heart space, and it's going to reveal some more of the pain that has already been there. If I don't allow that pain to escape, if I don't face it, allow myself to feel it and release it, I'm going to always be closed down to the love that is meant to come in from the outside, but to be expressed from the inside. So when I express myself and say, I am in the deepest pain I've ever been in my life. It's true, it's real, it's me loving myself exactly where I am, and accepting myself exactly where I am. And I am being the love that I'm meant to be. And it is connected to shadow, it's connected to pain, it's connected to me being real with myself, being human with myself, and divine at the same time, right? We have to express those things. We have to feel them. We have to go into those shadows, and we have to hug the shit out of ourselves and just sit there and love it, and just love every minute of it. I can love every minute of the pain that I have been through, because I can also see the expansion that it has created in the space that it has created in releasing me, my inner child. So, I don't know when I'm going to be back again. Whenever they guide me, I'm just going with my guidance, and I'm going with the flow, and wherever that leads me, even if it's into shadow, even if it's into caves, even if it brings someone into my life or bring someone back into my life that's there to reflect the pain, another level of pain that I haven't accessed. Someone, if that's where they're guiding me, that's where they're guiding me, and I'm all for it. I'm a fucking warrior, and I'm doing this for you, I'm doing this for me, and I'm doing this to free me, I'm doing this to free us, right? So I really hope to see you guys soon. I hope. I have hope. I am hope. That's what I've been accessing more than anything else, is hope. Hope and faith. It's all in there. It is in there, and I see it, and I want it so bad, and I access little bits of it every single day. Something else comes into my life and gives me hope. Reflects the hope that I have inside of me already. And take that back inside of me. So here's a little bit of hope for you guys. You can go to the depths of despair, and it is a beautiful experience. It's beautiful. It's meant to be, because there are some really, really gorgeous things that are progressing in my life right now, because I've been in deep dark night of the soul for a while. But I'm here. I love you. I am still doing sessions with people, so my availability is opened up through the end of May. I'm also offering Reiki classes still, so go to my website and check out the dates for the upcoming Reiki classes. I have a level 1 class coming up next weekend, and I have a level 2 class coming up in May, and a master class coming up in June. Holy Fire Reiki has been my savior. The Christ consciousness has been my savior. So if that resonates with you at all, go over to my website. All the information is in the box below. And I hope to see you guys soon. Love you.